Hi, and welcome to my kitchen. Today, I am going to be taking the bagels that I made the other day. These are rye bagels, and I will be turning them into bagel chips. Now, I asked my husband to please save at least 4 to 5 bagels for me, and he's done that. So I've just set them out, and I've covered them with a tea towel, and I've just let them sit out because I wanted them to become a little bit stale, so they can soak up the flavor a little better. But this is a very easy recipe, so let's get started. So I cut my bagel in half, and now I'm just going to slice it into slices. Look at that marbling. Isn't that beautiful? Sorry, I seem to have a frog in my throat today. So we're going to cut these up. You want to try and keep them uniformed. If you can get them a little thinner than that, that's great. If not, this is fine too. So all you want to do is just slice your slices just like that. And we're going to slice up all of the bagels here. He left me 5. So I'm going to get these sliced up. Now, if you want to use store-bought, you can. You just have to slice them. I am using the ones I made the other day. I'm actually going to cut this little piece off here because it's a little funny shaped. We'll use that to snack on later. I have gotten all the bagels sliced up, and you can see some of these have beautiful marbling. Some of them are mostly dark or mostly white, but there's a good mix of marble through here. Now, this recipe, if you wanted to do it with all a dark rye, you can. I just wanted to make some marbled rye the other day. Okay, let me move my breadboard out of the way. Now, I need 2 separate little bowls here. And in the first one, you're going to want olive oil. This is extra virgin. I'm going to just pour some in there. And then you want some Worcestershires, or as my son used to call it, wash your sister, when he was little. And just mix that in there. And it's not really going to want to mix together, so you're going to want to have to force it together. Just mix it in there until it becomes a nice brown. Now, in your other bowl, you're going to want onion powder. I'm just going to put a good bit in here. Garlic powder. Roughly equal parts. And you are going to want a little bit of salt. So I'm just going to put some salt in here. I might even put a little bit of black pepper. Just some black pepper in there. And then you're going to want to mix that till it's all mixed together. Now, I've taken my... I was sitting on the stove where my oven's preheating. It's a little bit warm. So I have taken a oven-proof cooling rack and I put it in my baking tray. So let me get set up for my assembly line here. All right, I've got everything set up now. So I'm going to take my chips and dip them in the olive oil and Worcestershire. Just coat it really good on both sides. And then into the garlic mixture, roll it over till you've coated your chips. And then I'm just going to place them on that baking sheet. Now, if you don't want to use a cooling rack, you can place them on parchment paper, but you need to remember that halfway through the bake, you need to turn them all over. But with the rack on there, it kind of the heat circulates around them, so I don't have to turn it over. All right, I'm going to get these all coated up, and I'm going to get them on the pan and get them ready to go in the oven. I've got the first tray loaded up and it's ready to go in the oven. I've got my oven heated to 350, and these are going to go in for 8 minutes. All right, I'm going to get started on the second tray. I've got my second tray loaded up. My timer is getting ready to go off. Let me dry my hand off here just a little bit. And there it goes. Let's see. I'm going to check these and see if they need to go back in for a few more minutes. Yeah, they need just a few more minutes. Just keep an eye on them. You want them crispy, but not burned. I'm actually going to sneak one out here to just taste it real quick while I put these back in for a few minutes. All right, my timer just went off. I only put them in for a few more minutes, but look at how, when these cool down, they're going to be very crispy. All right, I'm going to get this other pan in the oven and get my timer set. All right, let's see here. Look at all that delicious golden. Nice. Oh yeah, these are good. All right, I'm going to let these cool down, and then I'll give them a little taste test, or I'll see if my son wants to come in and try one. But yeah, this is what they look like so far, but we're going to let them cool down for just a few minutes. My son actually came in and grabbed a few so he could take them out for him and his dad to snack on. Thank you for joining me today, and happy baking!